Once upon a dark and stormy night, in a quiet old house nestled deep within the woods, there was a boy named Tim. Tim's parents had to go out of town for the weekend, and he was left home alone. It was the first time he had ever been alone at night, and he was both excited and nervous. As the clock struck midnight, the wind howled outside, and rain battered the windows. He was watching TV to distract himself from the eerie sounds. Suddenly, the power went out, plunging the house into complete darkness. He tried to remain calm. He fumbled around for a flashlight and lit it. The faint glow illuminated the room, but he could hear strange whispers and creaking sounds in the house. It sent shivers down his spine. He decided to go check the circuit breaker in the basement. He made his way down the dark, creaky stairs, each step echoing ominously. In the basement, he found the breaker box. But when he looked closer, he noticed something odd. The switches were moving on their own, flipping up and down as if controlled by an invisible hand. Terrified, he quickly turned on the lights, and the switches stopped moving. He tried to convince himself that it was just his imagination, but the feeling of being watched lingered. He returned to the living room, but heard a soft, ghostly voice coming from the darkness. "Tim. Come play with me, Tim." The voice sounded like a child's, but it was eerie and unnatural. He grabbed the flashlight and followed the voice, which led him to his parents' bedroom. The room was ice cold, and the window was open, letting the rain and wind rush in. He searched the room but found no one. The voice continued, now coming from the closet. With trembling hands, he opened the closet door. Inside, he found a dusty, old doll with cracked porcelain skin. Its glassy eyes seemed to follow him. The voice was coming from the doll. "Play with me, Tim." Panicking, he threw the doll away and locked the closet. He decided to call his parents, but when he picked up the phone, it was dead. No dial tone. No signal. Nothing. As he turned to leave the room, he saw a shadowy figure standing in the doorway. It was a ghostly girl. Her long, wet hair covering her face. She whispered, "Tim, I've been waiting for you." Terrified, he ran down the hallway, but the house seemed to have changed. The walls were covered in eerie paintings that seemed to come to life, showing horrifying scenes. The doors wouldn't open, and the windows were blacked out. He finally reached the front door, but it slammed shut on its own. The voice echoed all around. "You can't leave, Tim." Desperation gripped him as he struggled to escape the clutches of the haunted house. The ghostly girl continued a relentless pursuit, her whispers growing louder and more menacing. His heart raced, and he knew he had to confront whatever force had taken control of his home. Turning to face the ghostly girl, she revealed her twisted, disfigured face and let out a bone-chilling scream. He felt a frigid hand upon his shoulder, and everything went dark. The following morning, Tim's parents returned to find the house in shambles. Their son was nowhere to be found, and the mysterious events of the night were unexplained. The eerie paintings, the locked closet, and the ice-cold bedroom perplexed them. As they searched for Tim, they discovered a hidden attic, and inside, they found a dusty, old diary written by Tim. It chronicled a dark secret. The truth of what happened to his twin sister, Lily. Years earlier, on a rainy night just like the one that had engulfed Tim, the twins had been playing in their parents' room. Tim had accidentally pushed Lily out of the window, leading to her tragic death. Overcome with guilt, he had buried the truth, creating a persona for Lily in the form of the doll he had found in the attic. The ghostly girl that he had encountered was, in fact, Lily's vengeful spirit, desperate to reveal the truth and make her brother acknowledge what he had done. Her efforts to communicate were a plea for resolution. Tim was never seen again, but the house, no longer haunted by angry spirits, became a place where a tragic family secret was unearthed, serving as a sad reminder of the bond between siblings and the weight of hidden guilt.